Hello, and a lovely warm welcome to this week's episode of Honest Conversations with Esther. I'm Esther. So, this week I decided to change up the setup a little bit. I decided to sit on my lawn. It's actually my favorite part of the yard. It's peaceful, the birds are chirping, it's really cool. There's a shade. My chickens love it too. So, if you do see a chicken walk by in the back, we'll just ignore it and act natural. Anyway, so this week I'd like to talk about money, particularly some of the mistakes I made with money and how you can start to save money immediately. I'm a little older and wiser now. I'm 28. So these are some of the mistakes that I made when I was much younger, 25 and less. So if there's someone out there who is starting out with money, I'd like for them to not make the mistakes that I made. Let's get into it, shall we? So the first mistake that I made is ignorance. My goodness, you cannot quantify how much ignorance will waste you money. I think ignorance is one of the most expensive things that you could possibly have, or mindset that you could possibly have. Being ignorant, it'll cost you money, ne? So arm yourself with information. Read a book. It won't hurt you. There's so many free online resources. Come online, watch videos such as this one, read articles, or find a mentor, someone who you can see around you who's got their money handled, who knows how to deal with money. So it'll cost you a lot less to learn than to be ignorant. What's interesting about ignorance is that, with regards to money, is that I'm actually a business major. So it's quite embarrassing. I have a degree in commerce, so one would expect that I understand money because commerce covers things from accounting to marketing to economics. So one would expect this girl really knows her money. But the thing is, there's a difference between reading information in a book and then memorizing it for an exam and actually knowing how these things work in real life. So one of the things that I was ignorant about is the principle of how to pay off debt faster. And this could actually save you lots of money in terms of interest that you pay. So how compound interest works, let's say you have a loan, right? So the compound interest every month will be calculated based on the amount of the principal that's left to be paid off. The principal is the amount that you borrowed. So how much is left of that principal to be paid off will determine how much interest you pay moving forward. So if you can find a way to pay small lump sums, let's say you make more money this month than you were supposed to make last month, you pay off part of your principal. That way you're saving money on your interest and you pay off your debt faster. You're not paying faster only because the payments are larger. You're paying faster because you're paying less interest and the loan is actually cheaper. So these are things that should be basic to a business major, but I did not know the reasoning of how it really functions in real life. In an accounting exam, it calculates compound interest for you very easily, but for me to actually apply it in my real life setup was something different. So this is a lesson I had to learn in the school of hard knocks, and boy did it knock me and cost me so much money, literally thousands of kwacha. You believe and we learn, eh? Okay, we continue. So another way to begin saving money immediately is to stop buying luxury items on credit, because a luxury item may not be increasing in value, so you're losing money twice. One, the thing is depreciating in value, and two, you're accumulating interest on the debt for that thing. So never acquire a loan to buy a luxury item. Loans must only be used for emergencies or for investment, something that's going to increase your financial standing in one way or the other. Moving on, mismanagement of investments. The Bible says in Proverbs, whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your strength, with all your might. There's a saying that goes, I read it in one of the books I was reading recently. It says you don't get what you expect. What you get is what you inspect. So if you can be a stickler for your data, know all the information pertaining to the field that you're working in. If you're going into business, understand the investment. How does this thing work? Never invest in something that you're ignorant about. So you actually make more money out of your job, especially if you're in sales. You'll be hitting your targets a lot faster because you're a stickler for your data. You're managing your job very well. And also in terms of investments and businesses, you could actually find loopholes where perhaps you're being stolen from. If you're a stickler and you focus so much, your focus could actually earn you a lot more money. The next way to begin saving money immediately is to take the opportunity to save. What do I mean? There's opportunities such as paying off certain monthly recurring payments that give you a discount because you pay them off faster. For example, in Zambia, if you pay off your Msonko road tax at the beginning of your year, you pay off for the whole year instead of paying it quarterly. The government actually gives you a discount on that particular payment for paying in advance. The next thing is stay home. When you leave your gate, the moment wachokachabe panja, you've already spent money. You've spent gas. You go out, you feel hungry, you buy takeout. So stay home as much as possible. The other way to save money is to carpool. If you have someone who works in the same place as you and you live near each other, share the cost of going to work and put gas in their car, or they put gas in your car, and you're both getting to work and you're saving money. You can carpool also for taking your kids to school. Let's say my sister and I, or in fact, two of my sisters, Carol, Anita, and my own son, Malachi, our kids are all in the same school. So we could actually share responsibilities and say, these 2 weeks, it's Esther picking up the kids, and the next 2 weeks, it's Carol picking up the kids. How this works is that instead of Esther paying off a full month of gas and Carol paying off a full month of gas, each of us are saving 2 weeks worth of gas by sharing the cost of taking our kids to school. So carpool. The other way to save money is simple make or buy decisions. There's a whole school of thought in accounting that allows you to do these make or buy decisions. I won't minimize it and say you can understand it fully just by this video. So read up, and perhaps in future I'll talk a little bit more about these make or buy decisions. So the most basic way to understand the make or buy decision is lunch at work. So whilst I was at the Ministry of Commerce, I had the choice of whether to buy food every day from the cafeteria or just to carry leftovers from home. So that was just a make or buy decision. I decided to make my own lunch instead of buying takeout. So it actually saved money, and I was able to lose weight, I was able to eat healthy, and I was able to have a wide range of choices of what I wanted to eat, unlike just eating what was available at the cafeteria, which was mostly junk food. The next way to save money immediately is to cancel your subscriptions. If you have subscriptions to things that you can do for yourself, do it by yourself. Like, for example, I haven't been able to work out for a while. I like to stay fit, I do aerobics, but then I decided, you know what? In the meantime, I don't have money for these aerobics, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take walks in the evening. I'm going to watch aerobic videos on YouTube. There's so much. I really like YouTube because of what an incredible learning tool it is. So I just watch videos on YouTube and I work out from there, and I'm still in shape. The next step to get you to save money immediately, which actually sounds counterintuitive, is to spend more of it. What do I mean? Buy good quality things. If they're things like clothes, this is a trick I actually learned from my father, Garrison Perry. May his soul rest in peace. So my father was an incredibly stylish man, but he was also very good with money. So this is what he did. If ever he had to buy something, he'd tell me, Esther, I worked too hard for my money to buy junk with it. So, for example, if he had 3,000 kwacha, he'd rather buy one jacket that cost 3,000 kwacha than 10 jackets of low quality that cost 300 kwacha. These jackets that cost 300 kwacha, all 10 of them would probably run out and be finished, and his one jacket that cost 3,000 kwacha would actually still be in good quality because he bought better quality. And two, psychologically, we tend to take better care of things that we value more because we spent more money on them. And companies that make high quality items tend to charge more because they know that this thing will last you longer. So buy quality. The other thing is, if you have a recurring cost or something that you like to buy over time, you can get a subscription. I know I talked about canceling subscriptions as a way to save money, but you could also get subscriptions as a way to save money. How does this work? I have a loyalty card for Exact. So this means that, okay, so it's not exactly a subscription, but it's a way for me to save money because I signed up that every time I'd buy something from Exact, they'd put it on my card and I'd be earning points and it would be saving me money over time. So these are the tips that I had for you in this week's episode of Honest Conversations with Esther. Let me know down below some of the mistakes that you made when you're starting out with saving money, how you intend to save money in the coming year, and what you think about this video, and any comments that you have in general about the subject of saving money and the mistakes that you made when you started out as a young person. Anyway, so this was all that I had for you in this week's episode. I'll see you next time in the next episode. Thank you for watching. And if you haven't yet subscribed, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. And you can also get interactive on my Instagram page. It's called Esther, Esther Miss Hills. So it's Esther, ASTAR underscore Miss Hills. Thank you. Naksakwi Lakomwane, and I'll see you in the next episode.